Hi everyone, my name is Vassallo. I am a PhD student in Sapienza University of Rome, and the title of my work is Innovative Approach to Study the Biocodicology of Parchment Manuscript. Manuscripts, as you can see here in this picture, are these big handwritten books having two main characteristics. Folia were created from animal skin and treated before being used as a writing support, and being an organic material made of collagen, it is easily degraded by microorganisms that use it as a nutritional support. Biocodicology is a branch of codicology and is the study of the biological information stored in a codex, so in a parchment manuscript. The biological information that we can find in a manuscript are two types: fungi and bacteria species that can degrade the manufact, but also animal species of the skin that are used for the creation of folia. To study the biological information, we can use two different types of analysis: visual analysis, like the study of follicle through a microscope, and biomolecular analysis, which is the study of protein or DNA. My work is based on biomolecular analysis, and in particular on the study of DNA. For this type of analysis, the workflow that I'm trying to develop is the following: non-invasive sampling with swab or PVC eraser, DNA extraction directly from the sample, DNA amplification with PCR, sequencing with a little device named Mini-Ion from Oxford Nanopore Technologies, which is easily connectable to a laptop, allowing us to sequence in only 24 hours, and in the end, bioinformatic analysis of the data. In particular, I would like to focus on PCR, which allows to amplify specific region of DNA of different species thanks to the use of primer, which are different depending on what organism we want to identify. ITS primer for fungi, 16S primer for bacteria, and cytochrome B primer for animal. There are different problems with the cytochrome B primer used for animals. Different past works use universal and specific primer that amplify a DNA fragment that are too small for the sequencing and amplify all animal species, so also Homo sapiens, which we found as the main contaminant. My work is divided in 4 steps. The first step is to design new primer based on the sequence of goat, sheep, and bovine. The second and third steps are to test it on animal DNA and on pieces of modern parchment. And the final step, still in progress, is to test it on an ancient parchment sample. Here we can see the first result, the primer work, and in the graph you can see the identification of 2 different animals in the modern parchment: 55% of Botaurus and 45% of Capra hircus. The theory behind this result is that the parchment is made of goat skin, but it was treated with bovine bile, and therefore we find the DNA of both animal species. Through the development of this workflow, with a single DNA analysis, we can obtain information on the present microbiome that is or could degrade the artifact and at the same time identify its composition. In the first case, by identifying the fungal and bacterial species, it is possible to intervene with an ad hoc method, such as microbiological control to block their growth or natural biocides specific to the species we found. In the second case, it is possible to recreate pieces of parchment of the same composition as the artifact for restoration, and more importantly, by recreating the animal's aerial, we can trace back when and where the pages of the manuscript were created. Thanks for your attention.